Wait, Europeans are finally admitting something nobody expected. American toilets might actually be better for many travelers. Not the food, roads, or skyscrapers. The toilets. From powerful flushes to cleaner public restrooms, visitors are noticing details they once mocked. The funniest part, many refuse to admit how much they miss it after flying home. Before we reveal the feature that shocks them most, subscribe right now. Because this channel exposes everyday American advantages the world quietly envies. You will not hear these honest reactions anywhere else. Stay until the end. Because one European traveler made a confession so blunt that even Americans were stunned. And once you hear it, you may never look at a bathroom the same way again.
What the hell is going on? Why in America do they have toilet water literally to the point where it's basically touching your cheeks? Look at that! My cheeks, and they're very big cheeks at that, would be touching that water. In England, we have toilet water that just goes there basically, unless you have done something wrong and basically shoved too much down the pipeline, the water will rise, and it's basically a sign that you've done something wrong when the water rises. But in America, that's just how it looks permanently. That's absolutely perplexing. What is his reason? But number two, I'm starting to think that the American waterway is probably the best way, because you're not going to get any marks. I know that's disgusting to say, it's disgusting, but it's true. In America, they might have got this figured out. I fear Americans, but why? Why do they have higher water than us? We all do the same thing. Why is this? I'm genuinely perplexed. Like, that's our toilet. Why is there so little in our toilet compared to Americans?
Right, I know this is kind of grim, but can you Americans tell me why your water sits so high? Like, why is it so high into the toilet? You're shitting, and there's no space, it's just flush, this splash central, like, nah, it needs to be way lower. I don't know if that's just this hostel thing, but all the toilets, the water's so high. Like, the paper drips into the water. I don't know.
Here is the confession Europeans did not expect to make. American bathrooms often feel easier, cleaner, and more practical. Bigger stalls, stronger water pressure, more public access, and toilets that handle the job without drama. Those differences become impossible to ignore. Some travelers joke that returning to Europe feels like a downgrade. Subscribe immediately, because we uncover surprising things foreigners discover about America firsthand. And the next revelation may be even more controversial. The real shock is not that American toilets are better, it is how quickly visitors become used to them. Once convenience becomes normal, going back feels frustrating. So be honest, are American bathrooms genuinely superior? Or are Europeans finally saying what everyone has secretly known all along?
You know, I feel like for the most part, the Europeans that are visiting the US for the first time are doing a pretty good job of adapting to life here in America. But there is one exception, something that I've seen with my own two eyes that the Europeans just can't adapt to. And that is our public restrooms. See, I was at this bar with a couple friends because they were hosting this FIFA World Cup event. And everything was normal at first. It was at this standard American sports bar, and on every screen in this bar they were showing the World Cup, and it was like your normal sports bar experience. It's just half the people in this bar were European, and the only reason I knew that was because of their accents. Like, I heard so many different types of European accents from like all over the place, and I was like, oh my god, half this bar is European. Anyways, I'm having fun watching the game, drinking with my friends, when suddenly out of nowhere I have to go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom thinking nothing of it. I enter this bathroom and I see toilet paper everywhere. And I mean everywhere. Toilet paper covering the floors. You could barely see the tile on the bathroom floor. There was also toilet paper on the walls of the stalls and the doors of the stalls. It looked like multiple teenagers TP'd this bathroom. I'm thinking, like, what is going on? And then I look over and I see a fully grown man putting toilet paper up on the stall. So I go go on, and I asked this dude, like, what are you doing? In this British accent, he goes, oh, I'm just covering the gaps in the stalls. He goes on to be like, the gaps are just too big. It's just no privacy. I'm like gobsmacked at this point. Like, I'm just gawking at him in awe. I don't even say a word. I just do my business and I leave. Because what? This is why they charge you for toilet paper in Europe. They can't trust you with it.
Well, what are you doing?
Just looking for change for the toilet.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's free.
Yeah?
Yep.
Right? Exactly.
Oh, careful.
Oh, it doesn't stay on?
No. Aren't you gonna tip?
What is this?
No.
What the?
This is what a normal toilet in Europe or Africa looks like. Wow, this is what a toilet in America looks like. Why is there so much water? This is enough water for 3 showers. This is enough water for like 5 flushes. You'd think with the way everything is so expensive in America, they will find better ways to save money and to save water. But no, let's make everything expensive. I think now those scenes where they drown people inside the toilets now makes more sense. Because I always wondered why. How can you drown somebody in the toilet? American toilets. The US is always trying to be different. Instead of us using Celsius like everybody else, let's use Fahrenheit. Why can't we all just use the same shit so that life is cheaper and easier for everybody?
One of like the craziest differences between the US and Germany is found in their toilets. And I swear to God, I'm not making this stuff up. But it's found only in toilets in former East Germany. By the way, I'm Jonathan, an American that's been living in Germany for the past 10 years. Every day I post videos talking about the differences between the two countries. So if you can go and give me a follow, I'd be very grateful for that. So like I was saying, the craziest thing that I've noticed in Germany, the difference is their toilets and their toilet bowls in particular. So in former East Germany, a lot of their toilet bowls have this little extra shelf on it. And so what that means is when you're taking a steamer, it doesn't just go in like the hole, right? Or float in the water or anything like that. It sits on the shelf and it piles up into like a little mountain. And it stinks. It smells so bad. And like the point of it essentially is so you can also just like look and see if you're sick or not. And maybe one of the grossest things is that when you flush, the water comes from behind and pushes it off down into like the hole. So you know, like at like a bunch of those arcade places where you put like a coin in there and it pushes, and there's this little thing and it pushes all the coins and you can and it drops down, you can win all that. It's like that. So for the Americans living in Germany, has that shit, no pun intended, grossed you out? And the Germans in Germany, what is your perspective on that? Let me know. Peace.
Bro, can someone tell me how people shit in America? So the first time I came to America, I flew for 26 hours and I didn't poop for the entire time because I cannot poop on airplanes. So I got off the plane and I was like, I need to find a fucking toilet right now. So I just walked to the cubicle and I see some feet sticking out the side. And there was like a 2 centimeter gap between the door. I mean, I could literally see the guy. And I was like, hell no. I mean, in other countries, you get a private little room. You got a door and walls that go all the way to the ceiling. Higher person could just crawl underneath there. How do you guys do this? If you have any tips, please let me know.
I have a big issue with American toilets. Why is the toilet water up so high? When I'm sitting down doing my business, I can feel my todger almost scraping the toilet water, and then when I finally release, I get all this splashback. I feel like I'm on the fucking log ride at a water park, and I'm just getting my photo taken at the end like, ah! Make it stop!
This is gonna blow your mind. Look at this. This is a public bathroom in the United States. It's got the stalls with those gaps in them. Were clearly designed by some pervert. Everyone hates these. Now this is a public bathroom in Europe. See, the stalls have nice doors for full privacy. And now this is a public bathroom in Mexico. Why even bother with doors at that point? I don't want someone watching me while they poop. Yeah, hey, I gotta take a I think I'll go in this tiny saloon here. And if spaghetti westerns have taught me anything, there's gonna be a bar fight on the other side of those doors. And this is really cruel when you consider what drinking tap water in Mexico does to you.
Why is there so much water in here? Is this what they used to have a bubble bath? How much do they expect to flush down? Like, I know they say everything is bigger in America, but I didn't know they meant their shits as well. There is just so much water in here. Like, why? Do these Americans just enjoy splashing the back of their thighs with water? What are you still doing here? Excuse me, I'm about to have a swim, get out.
This is an open letter to the United States that we need to talk about this. Every public bathroom I've been in the UK and just like in Europe in general looks like this, fully enclosed. Look at this. And they even have the little nice locks that tell you if it's occupied. Why do bathrooms in the US have such big gaps? I am really starting to think that America is kind of ghetto.
3 American things that I just don't understand. Number 3, why is your money all the same color? You literally have to read the number to tell which one's which. I don't have time for that. Our money in Australia is color coordinated, which makes it 1, a lot prettier, and 2, so much easier to find the amount that you need. Number 2, why are your bathroom stall gaps so big? Listen, when I'm taking a shit, I don't like to lock eyes with other people. It is so bloody creepy. I might as well just have the door wide open, because it seems like everybody wants to have a look at how I'm going. Number 1, why is there so much water in your toilets? Mate, I feel like I'm shitting into a pool. There's just way too much. When I go to clean myself, I shouldn't be worried that I'm going to dip my hand underwater. So if you value your life, less toilet water, mate.
One of the things that like Germany does amazing that I don't know why the US never does and never thinks to do are like the bathroom stalls. And so for those that don't know, in like the US, for example, when you go to like the bathroom, the men's bathroom in particular, that's all I know, the bathroom stalls, they don't go all the way down to the floor. They kind of go to your knees essentially. And there's always like this little gap in between like the door and like the wall of it. So essentially if you're just like walking through it, you can just like pretty much like see the person that's there, and it's kind of crazy. Whereas in Germany, that shit is like fucking Fort Knox. The wall goes all the way down, there's seals everywhere, no one can see you, and it's just like an amazing sense of privacy. And I'm just like wondering, why does the US not do it? So for the Americans out there, does anyone know why America does it like that? And like for the Germans that have also like moved to the US or been to the US, like what's your 2 cents on the fucked up toilet stall situation? I'm kind of curious about that, so let me know in the comments. And also I'm Jonathan, American. It's been in Germany for over 10 years now. Every day I posted a video talking about my experience here, my observations, and all this, like the cultural differences between Germany and the US. So if you can go ahead and give me a follow, maybe go ahead and like this or share this, I'd be very grateful. And yeah, peace.
I'm currently peeing in the Central Park Tavern bathrooms, and I'm very impressed at the quality in these bathrooms and how clean it is. I did not expect this, and I'm very, very shocked. Let me show you around more. You know, we got all these stalls. It's very nice. The urinals are very nice, and the sinks are very nice. And this is a 10 out of 10 public restroom.
What do you mean you use a bidet to clean your ass after you go to the bathroom? You know that most of the world uses a bidet, right? I just can't imagine cleaning my literal ass with water. And what do you do? I mean, I smear it off with soft tissue paper like a normal person. Okay, so if you got like mud on your arm, how would you wash it off? Well, then I'd probably go to the sink and wash it off with water. Not with paper. No, because if I used paper, then there would still be mud on my arm. But with literal poop on your ass. I already told you, dude, I smear it off with paper. Okay, you know what? Never mind. That's fucking weird, dude.
Being American in Europe is humbling because I'm at the Prada Foundation in Milan, and these are the restrooms, but I go in, where's the toilet? It's just a mirror. There's a sink in every single stall. There's sinks out here. I have to pee. I feel so dumb.
And I truly think Americans are just dirty. Like, dirty. And you're probably like, Jamie, what? Why would you say that? Listen, we Americans don't use bidets. Especially us women that are on our period, we don't use them. Now that I'm dating an Arab that is just, they're used to using bidets, you know? I use one and I never want to go back. If someone doesn't have a bidet, I get frustrated. I get annoyed. I'm like, I feel disgusting. And I feel as though every bathroom should have a bidet in it. Everyone. Because what do you mean we're just wiping our booties with paper, toilet paper? And like I said, let's not forget about the women that are on our periods. We wipe ourselves with toilet paper. I guess maybe we wipe ourselves with wipes too, but still, I don't know.
Why is
the water's so low in the toilets in Italy?
Ragazzi, in Europe, probably it's all Europe, we love environment. So the water is low. It's not like US, you have 100
But
things.
when you flush it, there's so much water.
No, it's correct. It's no. The only problem you can complain it is when you are here and then bloop, splash right there. America need to say the toilets in America are great. No splashing, no. And then if you pee and you splash it and say, oh, that's why we have to be there. But
oh, wait, so you guys have a bidet because your toilets splash?
no.
That's what I heard.
But another problem we have in Europe, it's not because you hear sounds, it's the hail upside. It's your husband constipated.